Hello, my beautiful friends. Today I'm chatting with Heidi Fossali about ways resistance training and nutrition can reignite our energy. And it's about much more than just having that fit body, it's about building renewed confidence to really feel good. I'm excited to introduce you to Heidi because she's passionate about helping women reconnect with their midlife mojo and move forward with clear intention, purpose, energy, and most importantly, self confidence. Hello, Heidi, and thank you again for being with me today. I am so grateful you're here. I was wondering, what are some of the common questions your clients come to you with about resistance training and what it can do for them?
Well, they're always a little bit cautious about resistance training, and I'm not quite sure why. I think there's this sort of fear of looking like a man. I mean, it's pretty standard, and it's really not even something to think about. We don't have enough testosterone in our body to even develop that kind of muscle. It's all about strength, and as we age, as we get to those middle years and onwards, it's really important to be metabolically healthy, and weight-bearing exercise builds that muscle, and muscle is the currency for longevity. That I know for sure. So the fears, or perhaps it's just the not knowing, that creates that sort of foggy feeling about where to start. But it is the way forward, for a long, healthy, vibrant, energetic life, because muscle is active. So it's an energy that's existing in your body. And so you really want to increase that muscle mass, so that the fuel that you're eating, food, the glucose, goes straight to the muscles where it's stored. Yes, in your liver, but mostly in your muscles. Otherwise, you store it on your tummy. So you do want to have this beautiful storage available to you. So it's about building muscle strength and muscle mass.
Yeah, I love that. I also share with my clients that bodybuilding and looking like a man is actually a full-time job with your nutrition, right? So you're
Yes.
thinking about those meal plans, the chicken, rice,
Yes.
and broccoli kind of thing,
Yes.
and you're eating that every 2 to 3 hours, then you're going to get those huge muscles,
Yeah.
kind of
A
visible
few
muscle.
supplements on top, actually, as well. I don't know that it's purely food that
E-
gets you there, but yes, and it's beautiful, and it's there's nothing wrong with it, but that's not what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's not what we're talking about
No,
today.
no.
For our audience today. So give me a little sense of the nutrition plans that you talk about and what works best for people to kind of get rid of some of that fluffiness and that tummy.
It's true. To be honest, there is muscle. You can actually eat protein. So you get those amino acids, which are the building blocks to build muscle. You can actually eat them and be stationary and even build muscle. It's nothing significant, but it is possible. But really, you need the protein. We can't. It's not carbohydrate. It is the protein that you need. So in my world, I encourage my clients probably to eat 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. It seems quite a lot. And some people even do a gram per pound of body weight, which is probably a minimum of 30 grams per meal if you're eating 3 meals. So it does sound like a lot, but it's really significantly important. I take out sugar and starch. Those are the things that just they just shoot up your insulin. You're in this sugar mad place, and then you dive down lower than you should. So you have to eat more because you're hungry again. Protein and healthy fats. Those are my go-to two items. To be honest, that's the fridge for me. Avocados, nuts, olive oils, sardines, those omega-3s, fatty acids, they're super important. And I don't eat meat, actually. I haven't eaten meat for about 30 years.
Oh,
So that is not, it's protein. And as I was studying nutrition, I just believed that our intestines were not made for meat. But that's just because our body uses the most amount of energy when you're digesting. So I don't want to feel exhausted after I've eaten a meal. So I do eat fish, and I eat all the shellfish, and I love fish. So fish and eggs, and the fatty fish, the salmons and the omega-3 sort of fatty sardines and mackerel and anchovies and things like that, smothered, my salads and vegetables smothered with olive oil. So proteins and healthy fats are what I encourage. Take out the white stuff. Take out these breads and the pastas and the rices. That's just sugar. And no cereals, nothing like that. So then, your body's becoming highly tuned. And then when you're building your muscle, you're adding the protein, it's building these beautiful strength. And you have to push yourself a little bit with your weights. I see many women grabbing, 2 and 3 pound weights, and at 25 reps, they're still going. First of all, it takes too long in the gym. And secondly, it really doesn't have the effect. I would suggest that you do a minimum of 12 reps. Or, I would say maximum 12 reps, but when you get to that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it's tough. It's tough. And at least 2 to 3 reps. And I would say at least 3 to 4 times a week. I would definitely do my aerobic because we want a strong heart. The heart is a muscle too. So I definitely run or step or swim, not as much, cycle. You want to protect your joints, but you definitely need the weight bearing. You can even start with your own body weight. A push-up is your body weight. A tricep dip on the edge of the couch or on the edge of the bath, while the bath is running. That's body weight. If you want to get a liter bottle of water and hold it when you do a sit-up, you've got resistance. You don't have to go to the gym. I bring bands when I travel, hook them around the handle of the door or around the leg of the bed, and you push, and then you hold the ends and you pull, and you push up, and then you hook them on something higher and pull down. Again, all resistance. It's
so many options, right?
So many options, yeah.
I love the body weight. The push-up is almost a total body exercise, right?
It's
so
one
good.
Of the best. Yeah, and you don't, again, I want to make sure people don't think that, it's too far out there that they can't manage. Start against the wall, go on your toes.
Yes.
Against the wall, and then gradually go to the coffee table. Yeah. And then once you get to the floor, on your knees.
Yeah.
And you might never ever get to your toes. I'm often not, most of my clients, and me too, to be honest, I can do maybe 10 or 15 big ones, but there's no need to reach for the stars. You just building, because it's stability, it's your back, it's your chest, you're holding your core. And that's the other thing about weight-bearing exercise. You are creating stability around the joints, which is super important. As we're aging, people fall. You want to be able to catch yourself.
Exactly.
So and also it's osteoporosis. You want those nice solid bones, giving you structure, keeping you tall, keep posture, those muscles between your shoulder blades. You keep that back strong, which is when you get your bands and you pull, that brings those shoulder blades together, keeps your shoulders back, keeps you looking fabulous, enter the room, confidence. So posture is important. Stability, mobility, strength. You want to get your overhead bag and still be able to put it in the overhead compartment on the airplane. You still
By
want
yourself.
to pick up the
You don't
grandchildren.
have to wait for someone to help you.
You want to be able to pick up the grandchildren. You want to be able to get up off the floor.
Exactly.
So it's not rocket science, but if you don't use it, you will lose it.
Yeah.
That sarcopenia is it's a big problem.
It's a problem.
And they say it's not an obesity problem that we've got in the world. It's a lack of muscle problem.
Yeah.
Because if you've got muscle, all that glucose that you've eaten in your diet sits there ready for action. But if you've got no muscle, it sits on your body.
Right.
It gives you the inflammation. And that's where we get diabetes and heart disease and high blood pressure because of that extra stuff that should be used as fuel.
Exactly.
Just start. Don't make it too complicated and don't make it a mountain too high. Just start with body weight.
Exactly. And also in terms of cardio, You don't have to go out and run a marathon. Take a walk. Make it
Take,
a brisk walk. Walk uphill.
yeah,
Those things also are weight bearing and are going to help build
so,
muscle in your legs,
yeah,
help your core,
yeah.
all the
I was
things.
out this morning. I found some stairs, just stairs. You know, if you've got a flight of stairs, do one at a time and then come back down, two at a time.
Yeah.
And then just go on that bottom second or third step, and do a little push up, you know.
Exactly.
But stairs, go up a hill. Yes, absolutely. You know, it doesn't have to be more than that, but you need to do more than a stroll. A stroll is not going to make it.
Right.
Make any
That's
difference.
good for stress relief or when you need to take a little break.
Mindfulness,
Exactly.
controlling stress. Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you need to step it up.
Right.
Definitely step it up. Yeah.
Right. You need to feel like something is happening, right? Because to your point earlier, we're sitting all day long. And that's the problem with muscle loss. We're just sitting everywhere we are.
Sedentary.
We're sitting when we're driving, we're sitting in the office, we're sitting wherever we go. So get that body moving in a different way to build that muscle, get things moving. Oh,
Yeah.
what a difference.
Sure.
That in itself gives you a huge burst of energy.
Sure. And then you feel much better because you feel as though you're in control of your body. You feel a little bit disciplined, you know, but get it done in the morning. Don't pretend that it's going to happen after 5. I mean, unless you've got the ability to go to the gym after work, because once you get home, it won't happen.
Right.
And even if you have to do a little bit in the morning and a little bit in the afternoon, doesn't matter. Make
Exactly.
it part of
Exactly.
your lifestyle,
That's right.
and you will have a long, healthy, happy life for sure.
And I love that you said make it fit into your lifestyle because that's the only way it's going to keep going. It's going to be sustainable,
Yeah,
right? Figure out little time chunks throughout your day,
yeah,
maybe 20 minutes at lunch, get in a nice power walk. Oh, what an afternoon you're going to have.
sure.
After you got up 15 minutes early to do some push-ups and stairs or,
Yeah,
some
yeah,
body weight exercises.
yeah. Find if you're at the office, get a couple of girls and say, let's go, let's have a quick lunch and then let's walk.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing. Try and do a short 10 or 15-minute, I say walk after dinner, but often it's not possible. Move after
Mhm.
dinner. You know, I don't know what it would be. Is it a bit of ironing? Is it a bit of, arranging? Is it unloading the dishwasher? But, eating and sitting still and then going to bed. You just have to use that food you've just eaten, hopefully healthy, as fuel. And the body will just put it away in a second. It won't be sitting with you. You know what I mean? So sometimes a nice 15-minute something after dinner, walk, a little bit of work around the garden, walk
Right.
in the garden,
Exactly.
whatever you think, or just up and down the stairs 4 or 5 times,
Yeah. Something. Also, that leads me to another question, and it's about meal portion size and timing, right? So if we think about dinner time, I always think earlier is better just for the reasons you talked about, but also maybe the portion's a little bit smaller at dinner time and a little bigger at lunch. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I'm not mad. To be honest, I'm not worried as long as the food is healthy. Quantity is not important to me. It's about quality. So, and I do encourage a 14 to 16 hour window of not eating. That's not complicated. If you're 16 is ideal. So that's really finishing eating by 8 and not eating till midday.
Right.
I have my, black coffee in the morning, green tea. I sometimes sneak in a little bit of a green powder. But what you don't want is to have your body dealing with food when it's trying to clean out, and get rid of those dead zombie cells that could be floating around. You want to just have time for spring cleaning and not always be digesting. So if you could skip that breakfast and just have, like I say, things that don't trigger your insulin and
Right.
will be good. And as long as you're eating in that 8-hour window and you've taken out your sugar and your starch, it's quality that's more important than quantity. Some people would feel better eating on a smaller plate, eating from a smaller plate.
Yes.
That's a choice. But as if you've got fish, beautiful, sort of as many colors as you can on your plate, bit of broccoli, bit of carrots, bit of sweet potato, nice piece of fish.
Mm.
I know, I just feel like
So, say someone comes to you who, needs to work on reducing the processed food, the sugar, the the complex carbs. How long is it usually, like in terms of months or weeks, before the body starts to adjust so that they can see some of this metabolic burning effect happen?
yes, super quickly. That 16-8 is so effective. I mean, within 2 weeks, my clients have said, oh my gosh, the pants, my uniform at work. I've got a couple of nurses that I'm coaching. She's incredible. You feel lighter. It truly works. Yes, they've taken out that toast for breakfast for sure. And there's no fried food and all that, sandwich for lunch, that it truly works. If you start with that 16-hour window, start there, and then just focus on protein, healthy fats. Yes, I mean, I don't even eat grains. The only ones I would eat are buckwheat, which is a seed.
Yeah.
I do eat quinoa.
Yeah.
And the other one is black rice. But quinoa and buckwheat are the two. And you do feel as though you got a little bit of something with your veg. You know what I mean?
Right.
Buckwheat.
I like the combination. Yeah.
And then I crack a
Oh,
couple of poached eggs on top.
ooh,
Woo!
yum, yum, yum. That's my favorite. Ooh. You know what's real? I love the idea of the black rice, the purple sweet potato, and some kimchi with your protein. That
Yes.
really is a nice macro
Yes.
plate for
Yes.
boosting everything.
Yeah. Fermented food, great. Fatty fish, great. I mean, I eat tofu. You can get it that you can just put it in a pan with some, stir-fried veg. Super easy. It's not, you don't have, and it's not as if it's more expensive. It doesn't take more time, So if you really want to, it is about, yes, it is about losing weight, but it is about a lifestyle of eating well for longevity. And
Exactly.
all those colorful veg have all those phytonutrients, which are switching on all those amazing, they have these small little things that in your body that are sleeping. And it just takes a little combination. There's sirtuins and the sort of the nutrient signals and things like that. But we don't know about them until we find out about these colorful fruit and veg. And that's where the beauty lies, really.
And also with these new food choices, the occurrence of illness drops significantly. You want fewer colds,
Totally.
no flu at all, right? Inflammation from your skin, everything is just like out the window. So many benefits.
Immunity skyrockets. I mean, I say it with touching my head, but I haven't had a cold for 30 years. And it's an immune boosting, really, really, truly. Inflammation, forget it, gone.
Yeah.
Immune system boosted. Especially going into this time of the year, if you're going into this sort of flu-y season,
Yeah.
you will see the difference. Your body will be cleaner. You become a Ferrari instead of a Clio. You know what I mean?
I love it.
And you do, and you feel energized because your body isn't exhausted, it isn't clogged. And of course, the final thing is sleep. Let's make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
Exactly.
Again, that's really important. And that's when you've finished eating by 8. If you wanted some green tea or some tea in the evening, that's fine. But your body is just working all night until lunchtime the next day. Believe me, you'll feel better really fast. Really fast.
Exactly. And I always find too that eating cleanly, right?
Mhm.
For lack of a better word, helps with sleep as well. And we know sleep is that restorative process, not just for our body, but for our brains, right? And we want to keep brain health alive for just as long as our bodies are strong, right?
Totally.
So
Totally.
that sleep, quality sleep is essential. And eating in a better way positions our body for that restorative rest.
Totally. The repair and the restoration when you're sleeping with the right fuel and the right repair, with the right elements to repair, your growth hormones are going to be, you only have to have a little piece of chocolate or sugar before you go to bed, and it knocks your growth hormones off. I don't know why in hotels they put a chocolate on the pillow. It's like crazy. You know what I mean? I always wonder why they do that. But it makes you
And who
sleep.
can sleep after that?
Yeah. So yeah, you've got your body's equipped to repair, rejuvenate as you sleep. Yes, for sure.
Exactly. The last thing I want to talk about is that boosted energy. The energy we get, not only physical energy, but the clarity in our brains from eating, strength training. Let's talk a little bit about that new vibrant energy.
You lose that fog. That sugar and starch, it's sort of the drug of choice. It's that we're all addicted, and the food industry did a very clever job of getting us all addicted, but it makes you foggy, makes you sluggish, makes you sleepy. You want to sleep after you've had breakfast. You know what I mean? And that mental fog, I mean, it's rampant.
It's so
But as soon as you clean up and cleverly choose your foods, that mental clarity is, you have to feel it and to believe it, really. And that, depression is
right.
huge.
Yeah,
There are so many problems.
exactly.
And you will, again, once you clean up, you will feel it. And the energy levels are skyrocketing. And you wake up ready for the day. You wake up feeling energized. There's no sort of, foggy, sort of sluggy, sort of it takes you to lunchtime to wake up. No, 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 no.
Yeah. Ooh, I remember those old days.
Yeah, I know, I know.
They're
I know.
gone. Well,
But you
Heidi, thank you so much for being here with me.
so
I am
welcome.
so grateful that you're here to share your expertise with our audience, and I can't wait to catch up with you again next time.
I'm
Take
so
care.
happy. And I just want to give people a little gift from me. I've written a book. I published it, and it was an Amazon bestseller this year. So I'm going to give you, my lovely friend, the link so that everyone can have a free copy. So
Yes.
they can go to the link and download the e-copy and go to my website. There are a few other little presents for you there. So it's HeidiReboot.com. Go to my website and you can download some workouts for free and some eating plans for free. So go for
Wonderful.
it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.